You are viewing the Internet News Channel. As a small note to the viewer, this video will not be a tinfoil hat video. We'll be discussing how Google's becoming too large, and it will be, I'm going to give you the next Skynet. There will be some minor personal differences, opinions included in the summary at the end, but that's all for now. Please take pleasure in the production. 1995, I was 5 years old, history years old, and the public internet was not yet available. People as young as 3 years old did not really understood what the internet was or how it worked to use it, or even if it was useful at all to them on a specific day in 1995. A 22-year period would change history forever. Larry, the old man, Paige, and Sergey, who is 21 years old, first meeting of Bryn at Stanford. Larry and Sergey soon become university excellent friends and start working together on Backrub. A search engine was launched in 1995. Roughly 13 search engines are available to select from, and they were all appalling. They did not return even the slightest nearly what you requested. Backrub, however, was distinct. It had a proprietary blend. PageRank was the name of it. And you're currently viewing this one formula was among the causes of Backrub functions far more effectively than the compared to earlier search engines. This was the formula's secret and key, and the person be worth billions in the indirect. On September 15, 1997, future Backrub was transformed into Google.com, as well as the others, as it is said to be history. Musique. The Matters crowd cheers Musique, Googling the things you most likely don't know. Many of us only truly see the surface. We make use of Google's online services, similar to Google Search, email, YouTube, as well as Google+. Many of us carry phones with us every day, showcasing Google software and perhaps even Google devices. Google's autonomous automobiles and augmented reality goggles cool, but not many people ponder the query concerning Google's size and what else are they capable of. Let's investigate. Kindly ensure that take a seat before moving on. Google is far larger than you may imagine. First, let's examine 5 fascinating previous Google acquisitions, but then we'll take a closer look at a few innovative items that the business has been undertaking in the last several months. Number 5, Android purchase date, the 17th of August 2005, at a cost of $50 million. We are all familiar with Android, and there's no Android's greatest feature is its open source nature, which enables the operation system on any device, including phones, automobiles, to refrigerators. Android is widely used. 1.1 million smartphones out of 260 2013 saw 211 million of them sold. Operating Android, with more than 80% Android, has granted access to certain nations. Like China, to truly have a significant slam for the smartphone market, let's obviously moving on. Google is just more compared to Android version 4. YouTube date of acquisition, December 10th, 2006, at a $1.65 billion at a cost. Yes, I do not adequately convey how astoundingly large YouTube is. The looking at the facts will do this for me. YouTube solely for search purposes, greater than Bing. It is Yahoo and Inquired altogether. It's actually the biggest, second best search engine on the globe, is Google searches only for itself. So it's evident that individuals are looking for many things that this alone must imply Nietzsche has a ton of content. However, how much constant video content truly gets uploaded once a day, possibly a first week of non-stop video 2 months a year? Consider trying a decade. A little more than 10 years worth of video transferred at a speed of 72 every 72 hours minute, and that only covers 1 day. Nothing when you start calculating it becomes even more foolish for a month only. There are 4 billion hours in a month. Amount of videos viewed each month, which is more than 450,000 years worth of footage viewed in a single month. And naturally, as you observed this specific YouTube video and those rates are growing, I could continue with the facts, but there are a lot more bizarre things to discuss in this third video. Date of acquisition, 15th for Motorola Mobility, as of August 2011 at a $12.5 billion cost. Motorola Mobility was facing difficulties early in the 2010s, and Google made use of this chance to enter the smartphone industry's hardware division. However, midway through the manufacturing process of this video has some fascinating content occurred. Motorola Mobility was sold by Google to Lenovo, purchased this for $2.9 billion. Gives the impression that Google's interests were somewhere else. Maybe they were just wishing to preserve a few of the designs that they obtained through the purchase of Motorola. Will support Android in defending itself, possibly some legal cases against Apple, either later on or maybe in the past acquisition of Boston Dynamics. Number 2, date, December 10th, 2013, unknown cost. Alright, so this is where things become somewhat insane. Keep in mind that those robots are displaying when you were back in that Google Top 10 video purchased Boston Dynamics, the business that produced the robotic technology. In case you wish to learn more about these incredible robots, have a look at the first YouTube video URL in the section that follows. This acquisition indicates that Google is currently in some of the most sophisticated robotic. The use of technology on Earth is endless. Nevertheless, the first Nest acquisition, January 13, 2014, at a price of prior to this, Nest Labs had $3.2 billion. Produced some exquisitely elegant smoke detectors and thermostats as part of their intention to build a mindful house. Google will assist them in doing that in a major way that we might eventually witness. Google and Android now power homes. These kinds of purchases will be extremely intriguing in around the next 5 years. Here's an additional item. DeepMind bonus date of acquisition. January 26, 2014. This was the initial AI venture from Google. DeepMind acquisition can be explained as a cutting-edge, top-notch technology at the forefront of machine learning. They employ systems neuroscience to construct strong and versatile learning. But first, let's talk about Google, because it appears that they have, now that all of the pieces are in place, let's dissect them. Let us begin with what would be, the DeepMind is the brain of the robot. We don't know all that much about this business, but we know it was made by a child prodigy who enjoys chess and has since created games, and we know they have a few patents. When viewing images, their technology, and figuring out what's inside the images without humans revealing what's inside those images, and then some criticism thinking in the same critical manner as previously stated, this video is not a hoax. The goal of this video is not to scare people, so I'll tell you the facts. Official statements state that DeepMind technology will be used. For the time being, Google image search. So that's what Google's been up to. What about some of the more outlandish ideas? There's definitely some out there, some lesser known happenings of course, I'm referring to Google. Concerning Google Apps, Google X is a semi-automatic. Sergey Brin and his team run a top-secret facility. Google X wants to be an astrologer, quote-unquote, increase technology by a factor of 10, he goes on, according to a straight man. To imagine science fiction sounding, Google went on a solution spree in late 2013, acquisition frenzy in the robotics industry. They bought a new company every day. That worked in areas such as humanoid computer vision and robotic arms. We'll just have to wait for the announcement to find out what they're really up to. Another fascinating project is Loon Project. The goal of Project Loon is to provide internet access to the 4 billion people who do not have. It intends to accomplish this through the use of balloons. The balloons will float in the stratosphere, float about 20 miles in the stratosphere or 32 kilometers above Earth's surface. The balloons will create an effect on the surface. Aerial wireless network capable of 3G speeds. It is hoped that Project Loon will result in a low-cost method of obtaining the remainder of as you have seen, there are some amazing people in the online world. Technological advancements are taking place. It is currently It's an exciting time to be alive. Anyway, we'll take a short break before continuing. We'll be right back after this every time. Today, America Online is making it simpler. In order for people to live, work, and play with you, I even know how to send email on the internet. And welcome back. Let's get started. Recently, I've gotten back into it. Google, let's call it a world-first event. Check out CNN's news bulletin to look at who made this machine. The D-Wave will be installed in Canada. Yes, NASA's research center in California. As it turns out, Google is also involved. Now that we've mastered the quantum computing game, I don't have enough time to go over everything. The specifics of what it does and how it does it work. However, the bottom line is that Google is taking part in one of the world's first quantum computers that are commercially available. Now, the performance isn't all that great. It's nothing compared to a quantum computer. A little faster than a standard computer at the present, but it is, of course, the very first version of a completely new type of computing. So it will take some time to arrive, but it's pretty cool that the chip you're looking at is real. Quantum computing device. It is hoped that this will, in the future, computers could be used to solve extremely difficult optimization problems. One of these is global warming, but one step at a time. Of course, the enigmatic barges in October 2013. Strange floating barges were discovered away from the Treasure Island's coast. San Rickers Wharf in Portland and New London is a town in Connecticut. Google refused to provide any specifics. Statements concerning the use of the 252,000 and more ton barges. The only explanation provided for existence was to be used in quotation marks barge as an interactive environment. People can learn about new things. Some argue that technology is just a fad. Google's warehouse or marketing area, no one knows for certain, and now I'll conclude the video with the most popular, most recent announcement. Google made their announcement on January 16, 2014. These contact lenses are specialized. The lenses will monitor glucose levels. System for diabetics that uses a non-invasive method as a result. Over the next decade conclusion, we might see home automation using an intelligent conscious house, advanced robotics, and globalization of internet access. But in 10 years, how much of Google will they own? Services may already account for nearly all of 40% of all internet traffic in one way or another. It's unsettling to see a corporation have such a large and growing following over every technological aspect universe, but on the other hand, can be, and it must be, Google. There is progress in the state of our world. There is no other company that has the resources and infrastructure to complete the task. Such amazing research and development technologies and create products at a rapid pace, the only reasonable price for the world. All I ask of you, Google, is so you've just seen everything, so stay sincere. The most recent information on one of the most powerful, dynamic, and influential companies we're likely to see for a long time. So what do we learn? All of this can be viewed as follows. Larry Page, one of Google's founders, and Sergey Brin were just two examples, men to regular college dropouts. They saw a need and a desire for more, precise search, and they put their minds to it, and you've just seen the outcome. So the next time you want to give up on an idea, consider that as well. Intelligent but otherwise ordinary guys have changed the world. So what do you think? Have it to lose. Okay, so I'm not a life, but it is still food for thought. So Google, and this is Men, hey, to locate the author of this channel as well as that video. Of course, if you're new here, I've got some advice for you. Music videos as well as some documentaries, everything else, because I'll be there. Simply try a little bit of everything. Really, if you know someone who enjoys Google or more broadly technology, and you are free to distribute this video. Also because there is no editing and collaborating on one of these. It takes a long time to make a video. I'm not sure if you noticed or not. Simply every little thing contributes to your understanding. People have suggested that I get my things out there, so this is my attempt to, yes, I'll try to do that in there. I really wanted to say, okay, so I see, thank you again for the next one and have fun. Cheers to your day, but it's all in. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you again soon for the, I'm not sure what I'm talking about in the next video about. Our video is over, like not saying goodbye to you until our next videos, and subscribe to Teekinku by pressing, come on, it will be motivating to us. Thank you for clicking on Internet News Channel with you.